Hello everyone, Neil for T-Shares here, coming at you with another video from TETRA Labs. And today we're going to take a look at the Signum Oracle, the new telefork on PulseChain. We'll look at what it is and how it works, and a guide to setting up a reporter without any coding experience. So let's begin, shall we? So first of all, you might want to know what an Oracle is and why it's important that PulseChain have an Oracle service. Well, oracles provide a way for decentralized Web3 ecosystems to access existing data sources, legacy systems, and advanced computations. Decentralized Oracle networks, such as Signum, enable the creation of the hybrid smart contracts where on-chain code and off-chain infrastructure are combined to support dApps that react to real-world events and interoperate with traditional systems. So in this example, you can read there's a Bob and Alice want an outcome on a sports match, and then the smart contract would know whether to release the funds to either Bob or Alice based upon the outcome that is fetched from the Oracle from off-chain to the blockchain. So having access to data that's reliable and verified is important. And that's why it's important and necessary for blockchains to be successful, is to have oracles that run on them. So as Ethereum has Chainlink, its main oracle, it is backed up by Teller, which is what Signum is a fork of, and allows for the data to be verified in both a centralized way, such as Chainlink, and a decentralized way, such as Teller. Well, you may be asking yourself, why would you even want to go through this process to be a reporter on Signum? And you may understand, how does this even work, and what's the point? Because it's like, what benefit do you get as just a common user or a common reporter? Well, there are tokens involved in this, and these tokens will have some value as we go forward. And the tokens are needed to offer incentives for people like you who want to report to do the reporting. And when your reports are submitted and those reports are picked up and used for pricing feeds for protocols who need the reports, you would be getting what you call a tip. And over time, as your reporters continually provide data, the tips would then continue to increase and go to your wallet, and that's how you would make money on your reporters. And that's the basic financial understanding of how this works. Now, there's some things that you must understand. If you want to be a reporter and do a good job and report honestly, then you will receive tips and you will be rewarded. But if there are those individuals or groups who want to be nefarious and try to be a bad data and bad price feed to do some kind of attack or something, or to try to manipulate the price within a protocol, those price feeds can be disputed by the community, and those prices are found to be incorrect and malicious. They will be slashed, and or the entire set of tokens that they use for reporters will be taken from them and distributed to those who call off those bad actions. So the tokens are important, and it is the thing that governs and allows these the data reporting to be done in a way that encourages everyone to report good, honest data to the chain. Now, we're on the test net now, and you need test tokens to participate. To get started, find you a clean wallet, I would recommend, and you can go to testvote.signum.run, and you can download 75,000 test tokens to your wallet to begin the process. That'll be your first step in the process of setting up a reporter with Signum. Now, once you've downloaded and claimed your 75,000 Signum tokens, you'll be ready to start the process to be a reporter on testnet. Now, if you wonder why 75,000, where that number comes from, just to make it a little clearer, it takes $750 of tokens to be a reporter on the way the final mainnet will work. So right now, arbitrarily, the tokens are set at 1 penny each on these test tokens, which are worthless because there's no LP. So 75,000 right now tokens will give you enough to be one reporter on Signum, and that's why it's set up the way it is. So once you get your tokens, you'll go back to the Signum test docs page. Under reporting data, click on becoming a reporter. It'll lead you to this page here. And this page now will go step by step of how to be a reporter on Signum. And first thing we need to do is look at these reference guides, because not everybody is set up or tech savvy. And I'm going to go start with the Windows users only, and we're going to go through it step by step. And first step is setting up your WSL or Windows subsystem for Linux, which is needed to access the Oracle's database on the chain. So now, the next step is to install your Windows subsystem. So when you click this link here, you'll come to this page. This page tells you how to install the Linux on Windows with WSL. Now, this is a prerequisite you need to be aware of. You must be running Windows 10 version 2004 and higher, or Windows 11, to use the commands. And it tells you how to do it on the web page with a lot of other options. Now, if you're not running this build or prerequisite, then you have to figure that out on your own. This is beyond my technical capabilities. It's very simple to do. You just open up your command prompt, which is this. You can type in command prompt on your Windows machine. It should come up, and you can click that link, and you'll be here. And you need to have access as the administrator or whatever in your computer to do this. If not, you have to get to that point. And that's between you and your system, or whose computer you're using. And very simply, you type in what they say: WSL space -- install, and hit enter. Now, what happens is, since I've already installed this on this computer, you will see like a load up progress, and then you'll come to the initial launch of the Ubuntu Linux subsystem, and it's going to ask you for a username and a password that you need to enter. So you have to come up with the username. It needs to be lowercase, just beware, and then a password. And once you go to that step, you will receive this green command prompt, and that's will let you know you're inside the Linux subsystem on your computer. And this is the first step you need to complete in order to run the Signum Oracle. All right, so now that you've installed your WSL and you are at the green command prompt and you're in the Linux subsystem, you go back to the Becoming a Reporter page, and if you were here, you go all the way to the bottom of the page, and there's a link to the GitHub repository. In this repository, there is a guide, step-by-step guide how to do this, what to do with a simple copy-paste instructions. If you click this link, you'll come here. And this is the GitHub page with all the data. So ignore the top and all the jargon. It talks about the Signum feeds, the contracts. It tells you how to install Signum. Now, this is the step-by-step guide that they're going to have. They're going to have prerequisites and stuff like that. So the PulseChain, this is all for the mainnet too. So some of the stuff doesn't apply to the testnet, but you must be running a virtual machine or Windows subsystem for Linux, running the version that it has, and you can get started. And the next step is you have to install Python 3.9 to make everything work. It's very simple. It tells you what to do. You check your Python version by typing. You can copy this, and if you come over to your command prompt and right click, it'll paste it. You hit enter. It tells you what version of Python you have. If you do not have Python 3.1.9.19, then you'll need to download it. So since I already have it, I don't need to reinstall it. But your next step would be step 2. You'd copy this. You'd right click and paste. You hit enter. And that's what you'd do. And since I've already done this on this particular machine, I don't need to do it again. And once you get this part, and this is done, then you install a Python by copying step 3 over here. And then you go down to step 4, and then it would be then configure the versions for you. And then you come here and set copy paste. It'd set the version for option 2. And finally, you check your available versions like I did at the very beginning, and making sure that it is Python 3.9.19. And that's a 5-step process to get to this point if you don't already have Python 3.9.19 as your version, or 3.9 at minimum. So that's a simple copy-paste method to get the right Python, which is the language used in the virtual environment. Okay. Now you come down to the next step. It says create Python virtual environment. You'd have to then, next step, you'd have to install this on step 1, install the venv, and you'd copy and paste, and it would begin to do that. And then you create the virtual environment directory, which is the python-m venv tenv, and you hit paste and do it. It would launch. Then you'd copy and paste the source in step 3, and then activate it, and it would be activated. So I want to just reiterate something real quick. Once you go through this process all the way through once, and you want to come back and play around again, you'll need to come back to step 3 here, because you already typed in WSL and got to your green and blue command prompt. Then you need to start and activate the source for the Python environment by clicking this link here in step 3, and it'll come up and give you a prefix in front of your command prompt of the tenv in parentheses. Now that that lets you know you're in the virtual environment and can proceed from there. Now, next step is to install your Signum feeds. So what you want to do is follow these step by step. I've already done this, so it won't work on my system again because I've already installed everything. But you get the clone repo, you copy, paste, and do the same thing over for steps all the way through step 6. And once you get through with step 6, you could then have to now configure your RPC endpoint settings. Again, step 1 and 2. And then if 2 doesn't work, you can always use this alternate version here. It says right here, if your Windows has a problem, you can use this one as well. Depends on what data it gives you back. And then when you're done with all this, you would then come to verify installation. So you can copy, paste with right click, hit enter, and then it'll come up, if everything's successfully installed, with the list of commands from the Teliot command line interface, and tells you all the commands that are available within the system to interact with the Signum Oracle. So now that you've confirmed that your Teliot access is correct, and you access these commands, now you can configure your reporting accounts. Meaning now we will set up an account you want to use to staking your test tokens and reporting. This account command is used within the following format. So again, you copy paste. So if we copy and paste over here, it says Teliot account, add PulseChain account, and then it says 0x blah blah private key 369. Now, only thing you have to change in this command line is your private key. So the 0x blah blah my private key is all you have to change. So if that's why I suggested using a fresh wallet. That's a throwaway wallet for testnet. Go and get the private key from your wallet, and then you would just come here in your command line, and you just delete this part and paste your private key here. And now you can then, when you do that, it will link your wallet to the account. Then you can, and it tells you how to do it here. Just read it step by step. It's very, very clear. And then you can see the list of your accounts by Teliot account find. So I'm going to erase this command here because it's already an account set up. And since my account's already existing, it'll pop up here with one account, PulseChain account, and it just gives me the wallet address, so it obviously doesn't show the private key. And lets you know that I'm on chain ID 369, which is our PulseChain ID. It lets you know my account is now is on thing. If you ever want to delete your account, you can use this as well and take care of it and delete it in the future. There's an option here for later on. Okay, so now that you've linked your wallet and you've confirmed that your wallet through the Teliot account find is in the system that's connected to Signum, and since you've already claimed your test tokens, you can now start reporting to the blockchain on Signum's Oracle. Now, for testing purposes, this first option does not have any profitability or anything like that. It's just a basic spot price reporting of the token. And at first, right now, because we're in test, we're using the PLS USD spot price. So all you have to do is copy this and paste it and hit enter. And let's see here. And now it will come up with your Teliot symbol will come up. It tells you that you connected, your current settings, chain ID, the Oracle contract address, and it's using the CoinGecko API key not found at the moment, but it's setting up for the CoinGecko's prices right now, the public one. And you'll come down here. It says your PulseChain account is this is your wallet address, and then just keep your current settings and ask you the password to deploy. So I'll type my password in and see reporting query tag. Pulse USD spot price. I just reported without making any money. I'm going to just to show you. I've now successfully reported to the Signum Oracle the current spot price. It tells me that this is report is not reporting a profit threshold, which we know. That's what we chose. And it tells me the stake amount and all these things, minimum token balance. And it goes through and tells you what I've done. That you have staker info, the start date, my stake balance, which it took this many tokens I had in the wallet to because it loaded those tokens as well. And it made my report. I have one report right here. Now, these are just some stuff from the data from the testing on the testnet side, but I did successfully report. Now I can check that by going to testdata.signum.run. This is the testing report page to see what just happened. So at the very top, right here, and this is the timestamp that I'm using. And this is my wallet, and I know it's my wallet because it matches what my throwaway wallet here is the same wallet address. I've successfully reported to the blockchain the price of Pulse/USD via Signum's Oracle service. It is that simple. Now, there's more advanced ways to look at this and more advanced options about setting things up. There's ways for profit and setting up ways to do things with time and stuff that we'll have future videos that will discuss these things. But all in all, this whole process should take only about maybe 15 minutes if you've never done it before, going step by step, following instructions on the docs page, then the GitHub repository. If you follow it step by step, you too, without any technical capabilities, can easily become a reporter and report prices to the blockchain on Signum. Well, I hope you found that information informative, and if you have any more questions or you want to know more about Signum and the Oracle service that's on PulseChain, please come to our Telegram at t.me/gosignum, and we'll be happy to answer any questions you have. Feel free to review the docs, and I'll have all the links to all the information in the bottom of this video in the description. So with that being said, please like and share and subscribe to this channel if you want to know more about things being built on PulseChain from TETRA. That's all I have for today, folks. This is Neil for T-Shares signing off for TETRA Labs. Have a nice day and take care.